Dear Francis, it is impossible for us to meet again. I have been feeling terrible, as pursuing my relationship further would put both my marriage and my reputation in danger. I must return to that life I love, fleeting and physical, in which a few coins to these young men assured correspondence, peace, and anonymity. These gnawing feelings that I have for you make me scared, and I would prefer to shun this passion for the fear that it may never leave me. Perhaps we shall cross paths again one day in a discreet location where like-minded men meet. I know that you frequent them regularly. You never hid yourself. For my part, I will spend more time with my wife and the girls in order to find the serenity that I hope to throw the veil. All the best, Charles. My dear Francis, it is putting aside our common past and thus a friend that I am sending you these words. I have learned from some mutual friends of your recent trouble with the law. You should be more careful. England has nothing in common with the Wild West. Brokeback Mountain much? But her seedy areas can be just as dangerous. Your attraction to the young rogues will cost you dearly one of these days, whether it be at the end of an alley or on the benches of a jury. A man of your quality and fortune does not have to frequent the hubs to bring his pistol with him everywhere. It is not necessary to use violence to find partners, unless the violence pleases you. Certain circles that we use to frequent are still open to you. Take advantage of this healthy and respectable company rather than deeming yourself with these destitute lads. And pray, get rid of that god-awful chest. Who knows what the people to whom you show while bragging must think and speak of it. The man you once loved, Henry.
This Dr. Tumblety seems to be attracted to men more than women. That much is clear. So, the doctor has a handgun, and he would use it to restrain young men, perhaps.
Okay, we're just walking into the slash fiction at this point. I do not understand how you found yourself in this situation. Your passionate discussions on the legitimacy of this war should have convinced more than one. I still remember when you intimidated him during the meeting. You struck that very charismatic pose, and you exclaimed, Vicksburg is the key. The war can never be brought to a close until that key is in our pocket. What in the fuck is going on? We all applauded. I am sure that even Lincoln himself would have applauded. During these darkest hours, it was rare to have the occasion to laugh. With so many deaths ending with our much-loved president killed off by this coward and left to join those of victory at Gettysburg, who courageously fell so the next day the key would be in our pocket.
If this letter is addressed to him, it would appear our doctor is a veteran of the American Civil War. Vicksburg is the key. Now, that is interesting.
Okay, anything else I can interact with here? No.
Going by its size, this is...
Vicksburg is the key. The Morrow the key. I don't quite understand what I'm supposed to do with this, though. This is dumb! I mean, this is a really stupidly designed puzzle. Who designed this? Who thought this would be a good idea for a puzzle? Okay, so it seems pretty simple to do. All you have to do is put in the dates of the battles, and then you should be able to do this, right? Well, almost. That's not the hard part about this puzzle. This puzzle wouldn't even be that bad if you had some sort of reference to go off of. If you found like a history book in this guy's apartment. There is not one. I looked. There is no... You just have to know this, okay? Or go online and look it up or cheat, which is what I had to do. Okay, so you have to type in the Okay, so you got to put in the dates of the battles for everything from Fort Sumter to Vicksburg. And Gettysburg, the morrow is the key. Now, you're missing one date, but you can figure that out pretty easily because Vicksburg took place one day after Gettysburg. So it's really easy to find that date. That's not the stupid part of this puzzle. If it was just this puzzle would not be that bad. But you also have to match up the flag and uniform colors of who won those battles. You have got to really look online to find out. You got to do some fucking research to figure out the uniform colors and the flag of the people who won those battles. I mean, you could probably Wikipedia it okay, but still. This is a really stupid puzzle. You have to actually go out, find a fucking history book, open it up, and hope that it tells you the details you need to know. Who won and what fucking colors they wore. This is a worse puzzle than the fucking mathematical thing from The Awaken. It really is. It pisses me off how... If you're not a history buff, or you don't have access to the internet, you can't solve this. They should at least give you the fucking history book. It wouldn't be that hard. It wouldn't be that weird either. The guy could just have a fucking history book. But no, the only hint you're given is that stupid fucking journal, which tells you practically nothing. God!
Elementary.
Okay, that was a little bit convoluted.
This
Dear God.
is dreadful, Holmes. This trunk contains 4 jars in which organs are floating.
Watson, can you tell me at a glance what these organs are?
I would say that they are parts of female reproductive organs.
I think we
Are
have
these specimens
found...
fresh.
No, and I am quite certain of it. From the colour and appearance, I'd say these organs have been in these jars for several months, if not years.
Damn.
Let's go to Baker Street.
Okay, so this is really getting us round and about.
Here?
Yes.
What's going on, Finley? You seem to be in a panic.
The 2 police officers wanted to know if someone suspicious had entered here.
Wow, that's
the
panic,
Whitechapel
alright.
killer has struck again, and if I understood correctly, he killed 2 women in the past few hours.
Wow.
I don't know. The police didn't tell me anything.
Quick, Holmes, we must catch up with them.
Certainly not, Watson. Mr. Finley, do you know if the doctor had any other pieces of luggage up there apart from this trunk?
1 or 2, I think.
What
Do you
kind?
take care of the doctor's laundry?
My wife does laundry for the tenants once a week. The sheets likewise.
Would you
Okay.
be kind enough to let us know as soon as possible if the doctor shows up again?
Certainly. I'm just worried that he won't be back, you see, and I'm annoyed about my keys.
Yeah, I
Holmes,
think we got a bit
don't
more
follow.
problem.
The Whitechapel killer is, at this very moment, very close by, and we are just staying put, twiddling our thumbs.
The Whitechapel killer has always been nearby, and what will we do? Go back to the scene of the crime or crimes and mix with the onlookers and trample the crime scenes even more? No, our time will come. Let's return to Baker Street.
Alright, alright.
Let's go back to Baker Street. Home, sweet home.
Holmes, sweet Holmes. Alright, moving
We
along.
were less than 200 feet away from the first victim a few minutes before she was murdered. We might even have heard the murderer's voice. And we haven't done a thing for the past week.
Wow.
You're the one not doing anything, Watson. For my part, I have been working, and as you know, I've made good use of this week by tracking down and verifying all of the solid facts on these 2 murders to write up the notes that are on my desk, read them over again, and try to gain a bit of perspective.
Oh, we didn't have to actually do all that. Okay. Note on the murder of Sir Liz Stride at Datfield's Yard. Certain information that I have collected must be verified. Liz Stride, nickname Long Liz, 45 years old, height 5'5", 5 feet 5 inches, occasional prostitute. Only occasionally. She lived for the past 3 years in a stormy relationship with a certain Kindry at Waterside Harbor. A waterside laborer, sorry. The 36 years of age, whom she left a few days earlier, she charged him with assault but failed to appear in court, and the case was thrown out. The victim was discovered dead by one of Louis' stem shot at 1 o'clock in the morning on September 30th. The man's first thought that it was verifying if his wife in the building next door was still alive before the sounding alarm. Oh, the man's first thought was to verify if his wife was still... Okay. The two doctors who came at the police request at the scene of the crime in the moments after the discovery of the corpse put the time of death after 12:46 a.m., causing of death hemorrhaging due to throat injury. The weapon was small knife with a large blunt edge. The verification of this statement is necessary. Could this wound have been caused by another tool? Neither the body nor the clothes were damaged, soiled, or disturbed by the killer. The right hand was open, stained with blood, and resting on the chest. The left hand was on the ground, partially closed, holding a packet of pastils, something like that. The location of the discovery was the courtyard called Dunsford, whose doors led to Baker Street. Led onto Burner Street in Whitechapel. I was confused for a second there. The victim was found stretched out on the ground a few inches from the wall of one of the buildings served by this courtyard, the International Working Men's Club. This association, composed mainly of Jews originally from Russia and Poland, were organizing a conference that night on the subjects of why should Jews be socialists, presided by Mr. Morson Eagle. The meeting ended at around 11:30, but many members remained to debate and sing within the premises. Debate and sign within the premises of the association. An American president that evenly declared to have been in the courtyard. An American present that evening declared to have been in the courtyard at 12:20 a.m. and went onto the street and didn't see anything unusual. He then returned back inside the club, but his estimation of time spent outside was approximate at best. Two witnesses were quoted by the press: Constable Smith, who was during his rounds in the area on the night in question, and a Hungarian by the name of Schwartz, who made his statement at the police station encompassed by an interpreter because he does not speak English. The translation of these statements by the press should be treated with caution, as it would be advisable, if at all possible, to consult with the exact context. Oh my god, this goes on. Observe the clothing worn by the victim as well as her position at the time of the discovery of the body. Clothing: long black cloth jacket, fur trimmed around the bottom with red rose and white maiden hair white maidenhair fern pinned into it. Black skirt, black crepe bonnet, checked neck and scarf knotted on the left side, dark brown velveteen bodice, two light serge petticoats, one white cashmere, white stockings, spring-sided boots, two handkerchiefs. One is noticed to have fruit stains on it, a thimble, a piece of wool wound around the cord, and a partridge in a pear tree. In the pocket of her underskirt, a key, a small piece of lead pencil, 6 large and 1 small button, a comb, a broken piece of a comb, a metal spoon, a hook, as from a dress, a piece of muslin, or 1 or 2 small pieces of paper. Sweet Jesus. Oh god, it goes on! Where's my place? Thimble, round down the corpse, black straw. I lost my place. Black beds, black string. Oh, this is the other document. Note on the murder of Kathleen Iswell. Had a regular relationship for 7 years with one John Kelly, a man of no regular employment, same age as the victim. The victim was found dead at 1:44 a.m. on September 30th by P.C. Waller, who was doing his rounds. Circular area calling the Watchman, Watt House, blah, blah, blah. According to the doctor who arrived at the scene 12:15, the victim had been dead for half an hour analytically, but we know from experience how hard it is precisely to tell the established time of death. Cause of death, hemorrhaging due to the throat wound. Medical examiner also confirmed that additionally the extracted premises. The victim was subject to numerous mutilations. The victim was found stretched out on the dark corner, notorious meeting spot for prostitutes and their clients because of a remote, poorly lit area. It should be noted that the victim was freed from the Bishopgate Street Police drunk tankard at 1 o'clock in the morning. The Mirror Square Evasion. 2 police constables didn't do anything suspicious in the area. Didn't see anything. Noted. I'm just skipping through this now because I'm tired of reading it. His door, located a few feet from the spot of the victim. First, you must notice that the clothing worn by are very characteristic. Are very characteristics. I think in particular the patterned green dress, chisnet skirt, as well as the white men's vest. Interesting. A few of her possessions, including the thimble, were found around the corpse. The white knitting apron found on the corpse with part missing, vest is missing previously resewn. Found P.C. Alfred Lodging, who states blah blah blah. At the right. At the right of the entrance, just above the apron, was found a following inscription in chalk: "The Jews are not the men that will be blamed for nothing. The Jews are not the men who will be blamed for nothing. The Whiteworth model dwellings building being almost exclusively occupied by Israelites," and string, he decided to erase the inscription before the day broke. Why? Wearing at the time of the murder, black straw trim bonnet, blanket, black. All they wear is black. Large metal buttons, dark green skirt. I don't know why I'm reading all this. A very old green skirt. Lots of tidbits I'm not looking at right now. A tin box containing sugar. 1 tin matchbox empty. 12 pieces of white rag. Oh. 1 metal spoon. 1 red leather cigarette case. Mustard tin. Portion of a pair of spectacles. 1 red mitten.
I have
My
read
God.
and reread them. But give me something to do then. A task where I can get stuck in, because...
Find me a slaughterhouse that will give us exclusive use of its block for an hour. And find me, in your opinion, which common animal shares the most characteristics with humans from a physiological point of view?
A pig.
Pig?
I don't even know why I asked that question. Find a dozen fresh pig's heads, Watson. Not big heads, I prefer small ones.
Sows?
That's it,
Sounds.
Watson. As soon as you have done that, let me know. I request that you search in Whitechapel. Who knows, perhaps you will learn something about where Dr. Tumblety may be hiding. There is also no shortage of slaughterhouses and pig's heads in those parts.
You control Dr. Watson, and with that, we will be stopping for now. We've gotten quite a bit done this time, and I am done for a bit. So let's save our game. You save, yes. This is only our 3rd time saving. Excellent, fantastic. Alright, this has been MST3K Forever with Let's Blind Play Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. We're getting along pretty good. We should have videos being posted pretty regularly now, hopefully. I'm not going to be able to be held to that, but let's see what we can do. Until then, catch you later, guys!